Hello, I'm Kads, and welcome to today's video. So we got a bit of a surprise today. I have absolutely no idea what Golden Week is. Let me know if you do know in the comment section down below. But nonetheless, we do have a random progressive chance events on a Monday featuring a bunch, or a handful, I should say, of legendary champions from the Shadowkin faction. So for the non-voids, it's just Mishinaki, Lady Kimi, Jintoro, and Genzen, which, I mean, Mishinaki, I do have 3 of them, and he is absolutely amazing for Hydra, so if you were close to Mercy, maybe it might be worth it. Lady Kimi is also very strong, very good arena champion, but also somewhat underrated in Hydra, because she has a lot of turn meter manipulation, which is very strong. Jintoro is pretty fun in Demon Lord Clan Boss, but that's kind of his one niche, and then Genzen has some play in Faction Wars, of course, but also in some teams for hard mode. Fire Knight, he pairs very nicely with Lady Mikage because he is Shadowkin, and whenever she A1s, she brings in someone from the Shadowkin faction to A1 as well, and he has a triple hitter on the A1, so he can be pretty strong in those niche situations. But of course, you've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail, you know why we're here. What would become the crown jewel for my account is up for grabs, and this is what we have been saving our Mercy for. So Yumeko is up for grabs in this progressive chance event, and we are close enough to Mercy to warrant going for her. Now, a progressive chance event means that we do start off at 15x, which means that roughly there's a 1 in 5 chance that when, because it's Mercy, when we get a legendary, it will be Yumeko. So it's still a massive gamble. There's still an 80% chance that it could be any other void legendary in the entire pool, but nonetheless, this is the best chance you're going to get a particular champion, specifically when you're playing around Mercy, and the result is guaranteed. And I've mentioned it a few times over the past few shard pool videos, but I'll pop it up here nonetheless to take a look at the Mercy tracker, which if you do want to copy for yourself, it will be linked in the description box down below. But we're focusing right here where we are 30 voids away from entering Mercy, and then worst case 20 more voids up to 50 total to guarantee ourselves a void legendary. Now, the very astute of you might recall that we did chase Yumeko's progressive chance event back in January, so only 3 months ago, I guess 3 or 4 months ago, and the only reason we are back in this situation so soon is because we had the guaranteed event for White King Narcisse, where basically right at the start I pulled a bonus void legendary, I think it was Supreme Kale, and then basically went like 90 deep straight from there into Mercy, going for White King Narcisse, and then a couple of void shard events here and there. We didn't get anything, and so we got closer and closer and closer, and that's what put us in the situation that we're in. Now, I would have liked to have been closer, you know, to make it a little less of an investment, but I'm kind of hoping that we just get lucky in the 30 before we get to Mercy, and we just happen to hit the 1 in 200 chance. But worst case, I am willing to accept going down 50 voids in this instance, because if we were to get Yumeko in those 50 shards, then it would be a air quotes guaranteed Yumeko in 50 shards or 50 voids, which would definitely be worth it. While we're here, we might as well highlight the total shard count on the account, even though we're focusing on the voids for the day. But 707 on the ancients, 184 on the voids, 8 on the primals, and 52 on the sacreds. Now, the one thing to understand here is that obviously, worst case, we will be pulling up to 50 voids, which would drop me down to about 130 voids. So we're not in the best of positions if there is another guaranteed void event coming down the pipeline soon, but I have the freedom to skip it if I so choose, or pursue it if I really want to put myself in a precarious situation. But nonetheless, you know, I can recover. It will take a long time, and that's why I don't really go for most of the void guarantees. The first one I went for was actually White King Narcisse, and so I don't expect them to have one of that caliber for a while. I might eat those words, who knows? Maybe they'll do a guaranteed Siffy. Just kidding, that will never happen. But nonetheless, I will react to whatever comes down the pipeline in the future, and to me, this does feel like a worthy or worthwhile investment for this chance at one of my most wanted void legendaries in the entire game. Since there is a chance that we can walk away with some epics, I would still love to get Skrank on my account. He is a HP burner for the Ogren tribes, which will be very useful in potential like limited spider tournaments and or the Cursed City, and so that'd be nice to have, because we're probably going to get 1 or 2 epics along the way. But legendaries, wishlist, obviously the crown jewel is the goal. We're not even going to mention anyone else on the list. So let's get into the pulls. We've got the space, we've got some cash, and hopefully we get the very good luck. One of the few times I will actually say that. Let's go. Round 2, Yumeko chase, and we are underway. Now, again, ideally, we would get the 1 in 200 chance of just getting the legendary within the first 30 voids and not have to enter Mercy, but we are totally okay with the possibility that we go all the way to the Mercy pool of 50. So 10 rares, there is no 2x boosted rates, so it's expected that we're going to see a lot of rares. Notable ones here, Dagger can be decent, particularly for faction wars. If you don't have Stagnite, AoE decreased defense, granted 75% chance. Reliquary Retender, one of them still the best or most accessible 3-turn full cleansers in the game. Continuous heals as well with a revive. And then Tree Shield Knot, one of the best rare revivers because he can revive 2 allies, and I think he puts a shield on them or something like that. So, and he has a heal and like weak version of increased defense, so it's a really strong support champion. I don't have him built yet, but I might end up investing in him for support if need be in the Cursed City. Our first and potentially only epic is Beardall Fellhammer. I guess he's getting his passive is what's going to be given to Vault Keeper Wixwell, the self counterattack thing. So notably, that's not a unique ability necessarily. He's going to copy it from Beardall. But yeah, not much to say about him. He's a really bad champion. So is this going to be it? The 30 investment, or the first 30 invested, and we'll see if we can just get pure RNG 1 in 200 chance. Not looking like the case. So we are officially into the hot shards here. We are in Mercy. So we're going to start with a 10 pop and just kind of see where things go. Hopefully this would be the one, because it'd be nice to get it in the first 10 entering. Okay, we got it. We got the legendary, and it's Sir Nick. Well, on the bright side, we did save 10 voids. We didn't have to go all the way to the last, all 50. So we do save on that. So it only took 40, but we did guarantee ourselves a legendary. But unfortunately, it is Sir Nick. Now, it is notable that, oh my god, these packs. Okay. It is notable that he is a duplicate of my first Sir Nick and the first person for the Sacred Order. I do have one built. He is unbooked, but I do use him. I built him for the Cursed City just for some stages that needed HP-based champions. So that's why he's fully built there, but again, not booked. So I'll take it. It's the first pair of Faction Guardians for the Sacred Order, and I guess more damage for Sir Nick because he's HP based. Actually, who else does that help? Sacred Order. I feel like I don't have that many champions that I use in that faction that I actively really use. And you can see I'm just kind of lacking there. But I guess Glycea, I do love Glycea Soul Guide. So a little bit more HP for her. She's a little bit more tanky, but she's kind of it in terms of the legendaries that I use from that faction. So there you go. We struck out again, and now we start these slow build up towards the next Mercy for Voids, because it's important to note that once again, the reason we were in this situation so soon, 3 months, is because of the guaranteed event where there was a massive investment of Voids. Usually every 2x Voids, I pull somewhere in the vein of like 30 to 40 Voids, maybe even 20 in some cases with some good RNG. So it's going to take a long time pulling like 30 Voids every 6 weeks to build all the way back up to near 200 Voids pulled without pulling a legendary, especially pulling during 2x's. So we'll see what the future holds, but nonetheless, we shot our shot. The 80% chance proc, and we did get some other legendary that is not Yumeko. All right, so that's going to do it for today's video. I highly doubt that a lot of you were participating in this particular shard pull event, but if you were, let me know in the comment section down below and let me know what you were able to get from it. As always, if you did enjoy this video, then be sure to hit that like button down below and feel free to subscribe to the channel for more content just like this one in the future. Thanks for watching and have a good one.